So, my name is Mitch Mills. I'm 20 years old, and this is my new series, The MILLS Mission, episode 1. Now, there's 2 parts to this mission. One is my name is Mitch Mills, so I am on the MILLS mission, as well as I'm on the mission to go get mills, to go get millions, because I have printed it in my mind that there is no other way to where my life is going to be in 3-5 years, maybe less, maybe more. I am going to be a millionaire, and that isn't even what I'm completely, that isn't what I'm completely caring about. The money isn't what I care about. It's what the freedom, as well as that is quite stereotypical, but more of that I can prove to myself of the person I can be, because I've been at the rock bottom. I still am at the rock bottom. You know, I'm doing better than I have done definitely in the past. You know, but I'll give you a bit of insight from like the age of 14 onwards. You know, I am living in a small town. I was a drug addict doing multiple drugs just to fucking fill that void, you know. And but for the past 2 years, I've been investing in myself, and creating a stronger network. Now, for the past 2 years, that's when I've really been motivated and trying to get money, you know. I've made some decent progress, but I kept just going back, because I kept going back to my addictions, and that was literally basically a restart each time, you know. I'd go a certain way, take like 10 steps forward, take another 15 back, and I just kept doing that, you know. Kept smoking the weed. I'd travel across to Poland, I'd go do a Poland event, meet loads of people making loads of money. That'd motivate me. I'd get really consistent, and then I'd smoke weed, and then I'd get into my thoughts, and then I'd go 10 steps back, 15 steps back, and then I'd do it again and again. So that's something I was really facing. And this year, I started off the year pretty well. I quit my addictions, and I was a addiction mentor as well as fitness mentor, and I was helping people quit addictions and get mentally and physically well. And I was about 3.5 months sober. I literally documented my whole journey in Instagram, and got to about 35k followers, you know. And I literally moved to Poland. I was in Poland for about 5-6 weeks, and then I went to France. But as soon as I went to France, it started changing again, because I started going into my old ways. I stopped working my business because I was working with my brothers, and that just made me inconsistent, because I weren't reaching to my potential, reaching up to what I said I was going to do. Weren't even talking to my clients, you know. Then I started smoking weed again. So and in France, I almost lost my thumb, because at the time I was smoking weed. But the universe, God, or me, something was telling me that you shouldn't be on this path. So because I kept on smoking weed when I really shouldn't have been, I was working one day in France, and all of a sudden I almost lost my thumb. Almost cut my thumb off. If you can see that scarring there. Now it's healed now, but that whole thumb there was cut, and now all that's left on there is that. If you see that, a cross. So I got a cross on my thumb now, and that's a scar. I don't know how long that's gonna stay, but I mean, you can still see it. And basically from that, I should have took that as a sign to quit weed, but all that did was make me smoke weed more. and go deeper in myself, because then I couldn't work. You know, I couldn't work after that. I was in a cast. I was in a cast for about a month, and I was just kept smoking weed. I was even doing coke with that. While my hand was healing, like, you know, still opened and everything, I was doing cocaine, bro. Like, once I got back in England, I was doing that. So, like, I was probably affecting the healing process at some point. And then still smoking weed, doing all that shit, you know. Stupid, it's stupid, but this is the shit I put myself into. I hold myself accountable for acting this way, because it's something that I only got from surrounding myself around from people that ain't gonna get anywhere in life, and I was acting in that way. But it's something I hold myself accountable to. But basically, after that, well, during that time, my mum was also getting very ill. She got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, liver and spleen cancer. And literally, as soon as on the day that I got this cast off, got the stitches taken out, my mum passed away. You know, she passed away literally 5 hours after I got this taken out. You know, so when that happened, that just made me want to even just go into the, you know, the current situation I was in even more. And I did. You know, I was still smoking weed. I was trying to manage it. I told you I was going to quit, and I told you I was going to get my life sorted out, become my best self, stuff like that. And I really did tell her, you know. Took me a while. In my surroundings, I had a lot of people smoking weed and everything, doing coke and everything. So it was still all around me, and I was still doing it. But it's now, fast forward to, I was doing that for about 3 months after my mum passed away. So now it's been about 7 weeks where I haven't done any of that shit. I've been sober for about 7 weeks now. I've had a few, you know, like a few days of a week where, like, I'm meeting this girl. Say I'm now talking to a lovely woman, you know, very nice girl. She's Christian like I am. You know, I'll go meet her, and I'll have a few drinks then, just like, you know, because we'll spend the weekend together. But that's the only time I've really been, like, not sober. But drink has never been a problem for me, but that doesn't mean I should let it become a problem. You know, I've never really enjoyed it. It's more like, especially in that time, I'd rather have went and done all the harder shit because I was an idiot. But yeah. So this is a backstory on the MILLS mission. Why I'm on this journey now. So that's past. The present, what am I doing now? So I'm currently working a 2 till 10 factory job, a factory recycling plant. It's not something I enjoy, and it's definitely not something I'm going to continue to do my whole life. I mean, there's some old people that work there. There's one guy, and two guys, and they've been there for 17 years. That could never be me, and it's never going to be me. I'm not even going to be at this place for a year, and that's just, you know, my self-belief. And I probably wouldn't have even been stayed in this, you know, in my hometown again for this long. But obviously, it's just how I can't really think that way. But anyway, so I'm currently 7 weeks sober, working a 2 till 10 job, getting back in my posting. I'm doing morning routines every day. You know, I work 2 till 10, so I stay up after work. I make sure I'm working till about 1 p.m. At 1 a.m. Go to bed, and I'm now getting up at 8:30. So I'm having 7.5 hours sleep, you know. And even if I don't get that much sleep, I'm getting up. And I've been doing this for the past 4 days. Before that, it was a bit on and off. I was just waking up at random times, all that stuff. And my sleep routine is now getting very good. I've never had a good sleep routine, never. It's been terrible. But now I'm finally sorting my sleep routine out to the point where I'm more in control. Because I used to just be there for like an hour, 2 hours at a time, just trying to doze off, smoke more weed, try to doze off again. The weed just kept me up, you know? Or I'd just be there thinking about how I'm not where I want to be and how I'm so against myself because I'm doing the things that I've told myself countless times that I don't want to do anymore. Just constantly tricking myself, playing myself, making myself my own enemy, my own victim, from my own doings, you know? And it's not a place where anyone should be. The thing is, that was real rock bottom for me. But I now know that I've just got off a call to one of my connections, and he said that I'm in rock bottom now, and I was just like, damn, bro, like, I'm working a job and all that, like, yeah, I'm broke, I've got nothing to my name, but I've been rock bottom, bro, rock bottom. This is a rock bottom. That was rock bottom minus like level, you know, minus level 1. This is rock bottom like level 1, you know. There is levels to being at rock bottom, bro. But yeah, it's just, I'm not going to be here for much longer. I really am not. You know, I really am not. But the only thing that's going to change that is what my present self does to work towards my future self. And I've got to imprint it in my mind that if anything that I'm doing that I've said I need to do, if I don't do that, my future self is going to regret it. My future self is going to be suffering due to me now. And that is selfish to myself. Because I'm then sacrificing my future self who wants to be a good man, wants to be a high value man, wants to be successful, wants to make sure that the people around him are doing good, wants to make sure that everyone is living more of a prosperous life due to me. And the present self, especially me in the past, was being so selfish because he couldn't get out of his own stupid little ways that he was risking all of that and more just because he didn't want to do those tasks, you know, stop doing drugs and actually get out of bed for the day, or actually sort a sleep routine out, go to work, you know, work on that business, build that community, get those clients in, you know. It's selfish. It's selfish to myself, and it's selfish to you if you relate to that, because you're being selfish to yourself and to your future self, man. You've got to understand that everything you are doing now, if you are improving yourself, that's for your future self, because it's not going to pay off straight away. And you know that. It's the same with gym. You've got to be working in the present moment for at least 3 to 6 months to see progress, and that will be in the future. If you're prolonging that by just longing it off, you know, same for me. I'm going to have to doing this content creation again for at least 3 to 6 months. I'm going to have to be doing this daily routine for at least 3 to 6 months, or 9 months, to see return on my investment, to see my ROI, because it takes time, but it pays off 10 times than what you would be doing if you just stayed the same. And that is the complete truth, you know, that's the complete truth. So this is my first video, episode 1. I've got to cut it short as I've got to go to work. I fucking hate having to say that. And you know, go follow my Instagram, Mitch Mills 2. No, Mitch Mills 20. Mitch Mills 2 is my second account. Mitch Mills 20, you know, I was on 35k followers, and now I'm on 29.6 because a few people have unfollowed and I had to remove some deactivated accounts. So if you want to, well, whenever you come across this video, maybe in the present, you know, maybe in the future, just know I'm continuing this shit. I'm not giving up. If I give up, I'll literally like want to kill myself, bro. I've done it enough times, man. I can't anymore. I've got to make this happen, man. I've got to make it happen. But either way, whatever situation you're currently in, just know you can get out of it. The same as I'm going to show everyone that I'm going to get out of this. I'm not going to be in this room. I'm not going to be in this town. I'm going to be in a different country. I'm going to be in my dream car. But none of that actually matters. Because what actually matters to me is that I prove to myself I can actually escape that hole I dug in myself. You know, that I'm different to all these other people that I was actually lower than, but really naturally as a sober-minded guy, I'm actually better than. You know, I'm gonna prove this shit. But yeah.